Hi, my name is Monica Elizalde, and I'm asked the question, what dispositions do I possess that make me a successful teacher? Now, I truly believe that all teachers have to hold all 10, but I have mastered 8 out of 10 of them, constantly searching for ways to improve, but I can say I have mastered these. So the first one would be the high expectations. I start the year getting to know my students. I like to know their strengths and their weaknesses, get to know their personalities. Then when I assess them, I group them according to their need, and I'll reassess as the year goes on and readjust those goals to make sure that they meet those high expectations. I encourage them and reward them with positive reinforcement, tickets, comp being good, and always include them in the activities that they would like to do, such as choice boards. The next one is my professional conduct. So I hold myself very accountable for being a positive role model. Teachers are definitely role models in their community. And so if we are careless, then we have many people, our coworkers, students, parents, that will hold us accountable. So we need to be able to anticipate challenges, and I feel I use sound judgment when it comes to dealing with issues. I know that I do because my administrator will have the office contact me as a designee in his absence. This is a sign that I know he trusts me and my professional judgment. And the next one would be compassion. So I aim for my class to be a safe place. My daily goal is for my students to know that it's okay to make mistakes. We learn from them. We are all human. So I like to greet my students every day, make an effort to have conversations with them, to get to know them and their interests. I want to know them beyond the academics. Dedication. So I am a lifelong learner. I love learning. This will not be the last higher education program that I will ever be in. Now, when it comes to my classroom, I rarely take days off. I need to be there for my kids every day, have a positive attitude, a smile, and just being positive will yield that academic success that I expect from my students, going back to that, the high expectations. Now, I even want to participate in district level committees just so that I can help my community in the best way possible when it comes to the education that they that my students receive. Now, reflection. I've been an induction coach for 3 years, and all teachers need to be able to reflect. As educators, we need to seek and use feedback. Never hold a practice as sacred because we need to be able to adjust our practices as necessary. And I'm lucky that I have a lot of professionals that I respect and coworkers in which I know I can learn from them because we will always share strategies and I can always learn something new. Respect for diversity. It's important to be sensitive, respectful, courteous. And in my community, I have 85% Latino and 50% English language learners. And I encourage my students to love their home language. I introduce as many books as I can support the diversity. I want them to celebrate their culture. And want to foster a safe environment in which my students can be themselves. Honesty. I value and reward my students when they are painfully honest. And in turn, I speak truthfully to them and they know that they can trust me to always be honest with them. Advocacy, and I like to teach my students to self advocate. Now, in my role, I need to build those positive relationships between the teacher and the student with the other students. I aim to get my students to understand that although they're only third grade, I want them to find solutions. So, what dispositions do I need to work on to grow as an educator? Fairness. Now, fairness is difficult for me because not everybody is the same, and I always want to meet the needs of my students. And I worry that I'm falling short in fairness. Now, I'm not sure I will ever master this, but I'm okay with it because I will always be trying to master it. The next one is curiosity. Now, I know that I ask higher order questions, but am I asking the most valuable ones for the content material? I'm always searching to stimulate my students' thinking, always encouraging collaboration, teamwork, but not sure I implement this enough in the class given the expectations placed on the teachers. So my goal is to have my students work on more team projects and be more curious about the world around them. Now, what does a professional educator look like and how do they behave? What standards guide their thinking and their actions? A professional educator on the outside needs to reflect that professionalism, but also what they say and how they behave is what's on the inside needs to reflect that professionalism. Goes back to having all 10 dispositions. And as teachers, we must have all 10. Thank you so much.